Um, Ever wonder how even the most mature anime demographic can stumble? The 2000s were a golden age for seinen, birthing incredible series like Monster, Mushishi, and Ghost in the Shell standalone complex. This decade saw a surge in bold storytelling and visual experimentation. Um, um, but alongside these triumphs, a shadow lurked, a collection of series that missed the mark, sometimes spectacularly. It's a reminder that even in the realm of adult animation, not every experiment succeeds. Um, I also find like a truly great seinen anime can feel like a treasure hunt. Uh, while the decade delivered some genuine masterpieces, it also produced adaptations that butchered their source material and tarnished the genre's image. We're taking a look back at some of the most disappointing seinen anime of the 2000s, exploring what went wrong and why they failed to live up to their potential. And Argento Soma, released in 2000, plunges into a dystopian world where humanity faces attacks from silent metallic aliens. The story follows Ryusoma, driven by revenge after losing his lover in a lab experiment. He joins an elite military unit to hunt down the creature responsible, while aiming for a blend of revenge drama and mecha warfare. It ultimately falls flat. The protagonist is unlikable. The cast feels cliche, and the execution is slow, bogged down by repetitive storylines. Uh, the mystery at its core resolves into a bewildering ending, leaving viewers frustrated rather than satisfied. Um, in 2001, Gina Shaft presented a future where genetic engineering has altered humanity, creating a 9-to-1 female to male ratio. And aboard the spaceship Bilkis, a crew explores mysterious rings in the sky with the help of a giant robot. Uh, um, the show leans into hard science fiction, exploring DNA compatibility and a cold post-human society. However, it's infamous for its jarring early 2000s CGI, which clashes with the character designs of its match. Coupled with a script filled with techno babble and monotonous delivery, the characters feel robotic, and the space battles lack emotional impact. Released in 2002, Saikano began as an emotional story of Chise and Shuji, two awkward teenagers navigating a relationship amidst a world war. Um, the twist, Chise is transformed into the ultimate weapon, gaining wings and cannons. While gaining a cult following, the anime suffers from inconsistent art quality and overly manipulative storytelling. Uh, the emphasis on melodrama overshadows world building, uh, turning the war into a vague backdrop rather than a genuine threat. In 2003, Shadow Star Naruto started with a seemingly innocent premise: a girl falling in love with a star-shaped alien. However, this facade quickly crumbles, revealing a dark exploration of bullying, social alienation, and violence. Uh, it attempts to deconstruct uh, themes of power and instability and Unfortunately, the adaptation is plagued by poor production values, stiff animation, and low budget effects. Worse, the anime is abruptly cut short, leaving major mysteries unresolved. With released in 2004, Gantz follows a group of individuals who die and are thrust into a deadly game of alien hunting. The manga is praised for its art, survival, horror, and
exploration of humanity under extreme circumstances.
The anime attempts to capture this energy, focusing on gore and psychological tension. However, it suffers from torturous pacing, stretching scenes to the point of boredom. The animation quality is also poor, with static images and clumsy CGI. In 2005, Mars of Destruction presents a manned mission to Mars gone wrong, with humanity facing off against ancient monsters. The story follows a special task force equipped with high-tech combat suits, led by a young man named Takeru. Sadly, this OVA is widely considered one of the worst anime ever made. The sound design is disastrous. The animation is a slideshow, and the overall experience is a painful waste of time. Released in 2006. Ghost Slayer's Ayashi, produced by Studio Bones, is set in 1843 Japan, and it follows a band of individuals with superhuman abilities who hunt supernatural monsters while aiming for a historical drama with nuanced references to Japanese folklore. It failed to captivate audiences, and then the show lacks the kinetic energy Studio Bones is known for, relying on a slow episodic format that fails to develop compelling characters. In 2007, Shigarui Death Frenzy delivers a savage chronicle of the samurai age, centered around a brutal competition. It follows two broken swordsmen, Fujiki and Irako, whose past is filled with deceit and obsession, while offering a stark contrast to romanticized samurai stories. The anime is divisive. Many find the oppressive pacing and long static shots unnecessarily repulsive. Released in 2008, Sekirei revolves around Minato, a struggling college student drawn into a battle royale where powerful creatures called Sekirei fight to the death with their human partners. The show is criticized for prioritizing fan service over substance, or while the premise holds potential, the focus on suggestive situations and clothing malfunctions overshadows character development and world building. In 2009, Queen Blade, the Exiled Virgin, centers around an exiled heiress, Lina, who seeks out warriors for a competition. The show is often seen as a thinly veiled excuse for excessive ecchi content. The story lacks depth, serving only as a thread connecting provocative scenes. It lacks the substance of a true seinen epic. Um, so there you have it. A look back at some of the most disappointing Seinen anime of the 2000s. Uh, and it's a reminder that even in the world of adult animation, not every experiment succeeds products, and sometimes the failures are just as interesting as the triumphs. Um, with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.